guys, I just wanted to come on here real quick and talk about the fact that this year is almost over, which is not what I'm talking about, but kind of am, because there's 13 days until Christmas, as I assumed it would. December is flying by, and there's not much long until we enter into 2025 and reach the halfway point of this decade, which is insanity. So I just wanted to talk about how I'm very thankful for 2024. Now, it wasn't a perfect year. There was multiple times this year tried to take me off of this planet, with Hurricane Milton and then my blood sugar going to 39. Yeah, it didn't particularly like me in August or October, so we're going to not talk about those 2 months, but the rest of them, I feel gratitude because this decade has been, I don't want to make it sound bad, but in a way, like, there has been no good year this decade that I've had up until this one. So, like, 2020, I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. 2021 is when I got reactive hypoglycemia and Panda died. 2022, Blondie died. 2023, my grandpa died. So, like, it hasn't been, like, fantastic. But 2024... knock on wood, there's a couple weeks left, but 2024 gave me, like, for the first time this decade, I can say, hey, I might actually miss this year a little bit. You know, certain aspects of it, no, but it's been a relatively good year. Like, I wrote my book this year. I was fixing blood sugar. Anyway, I wrote my book this year. I was able to go out more for the first time since I got COVID a couple years ago, and it, like, completely tanked my CF. I was able to go out to stores. I mean, I just recently went to Walmart to do Christmas shopping. I went to the racetrack earlier this year. I went horseback riding 3 times this year, with the horseback riding lessons, which was another great thing that I got horses back in my life this year, because 2023, early 2023 is when we moved out of Arkansas permanently. And that was kind of like the cutoff of losing Diamond and Matt, and, you know, most of the horses had been sold a couple years prior, but the ones that were left from the original, like, 2016, Diamond, Matt, it was kind of like the cutoff of, you know, saying bye to them forever. So it was like my life ending with horses. And then I got them back this year in a different format, but still got horses back. And I'm going to hopefully get back into that in January. Which also I'm very thankful, because Christmas season is my favorite time of the year, like I'm sure it is a lot of people, and I always have this little bit of, like, this, like, mini depression that goes on for about 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas ends, basically January. But I have stuff to do because of stuff I was able to accomplish this year. I have stuff to do in January. I'm going to hopefully get back into horseback riding. Hopefully their arena's fixed from the hurricane, and January is going to be a real push into actually, like, you know, publishing my book beyond the 3 copies I've been sharing with family. And so, you know, I have things to look forward to even after we flip over to the new year. But, yeah, just little things, like, just felt genuinely, minus those 2 months, we're not talking about August or, you know, October. Besides those, just felt genuinely happier this year. I felt like myself, and, kind of like the baggage that I've been carrying around for this decade, I was finally able to release. And also in regards to my health, like, it hasn't been great. I've had a lot of blood sugar issues, and I've had a lot of weight issues that may necessitate adding in feedings, or, you know, that's going to have to be figured out next month or February. But I've only had 2 hospital stays, which is a big improvement, because, again, since I got COVID in 2022, I spent like half of 2023 in the hospital. So I only had 2 hospital stays this year. And, you know, that kind of ties back into, like, being able to be active, being able to take the dog for a walk when it's a pretty day, or going and looking for these animals. Yeah, funny story yesterday. So you guys know I started a scrapbook of Florida's wildlife, and yesterday I saw this turtle walking on the road. I'll put a picture of him here in a second when I finish the story, but I saw this turtle walking on the road. I was like, I know my blood sugar is going to drop, but I'm going to really quickly run out there and get a picture of this turtle, because I haven't seen him before. And by the time I got out there, this these 2 people had picked up the turtle because he was going in the road, so they were going to take him to the pond. So I'm, like, running after these people, like, hey, can I get a picture of this turtle real quick before he swims off? So then they put him down in the grass and, like, took a picture of him. It was just a funny story. But and also, as in regards to being more active, yesterday we was the Christmas party for the apartment complex, so I kind of dressed up in my flamingo shirt and a Santa hat, and it's like a flamingo Christmas shirt and a Santa hat. Here, I'll just put a picture. And I was able. There was a pretty long line, but I was able to wait in line, get the food, because they give it a free dinner, get the food, and come back. And so yeah, just I feel like this year was the year where I was able to kind of reclaim my life a little bit. I took a trip to my mom's, and this was also fun because it was the first year that my mom lived in Florida for an entire year. So being on the same time zone and 1 hour away instead of 16 hours away, so I'm able to see her this year. And I spent a weekend at her house, went to the beach. Unfortunately, that was the same weekend we got into a car accident, but we're going to ignore that part. And yeah, just I don't know, just all these little things I feel like I got back this year that this decade had taken from me. And, life looks so much different at this halfway point of the decade than it did, when we started. Back then I was like, man, 2020 has got to be the worst year that this decade's going to hold. And lo and behold, it was not. But so far, and hopefully it won't get worse. But yeah, so it's kind of reflecting on as we're about to go into the halfway point of the 2020s, which is insanity. It's also like, I feel like 2024 is the first year I can be like, I'm going to miss you a little bit. I think that you gave me something that I needed, and I really feel more joyous this Christmas season. The last couple Christmases were hard, and this Christmas I've been feeling more joyous. I've been like, slow down, you're going too fast. And yeah, just very, very thankful that while it wasn't the year that I wanted, hopefully hurricane season will be a bit like more forgiving next year, and there won't be as many family crises or friend crises. But on the whole, looking over the year, it's the year that I needed. It's the year that gave me hope that this entire decade is not going to be a train wreck. So I hope you guys had a good year. I'd love to know like how your 2024 went, and I know it's not over yet. We got a couple weeks left, the best weeks, like hopefully. I'm going to say hopefully because Florida being Florida, there could be a hurricane that decides to barrel through in December. But anyway, just looking forward to Christmas. And we only have 3 Christmas movies left in rotation to watch. We've watched most of them. Yeah, just looking forward to pretty lights every night, Christmas, and just thankful that I can look back on this year and be like, you know what, the last at least 11 months, or we'll say 9, were decent, and just thankful for that.